Aviation Fin UK, runway 01, clear to take off.
Hello and welcome to another video by the Aviation Sim UK team. So today we're going to be discussing how to select an active runway and why it's important to select the active runway properly. So first off, why do we care about the active runway being selected properly? So aircraft prefer to take off and land into the wind. So the reason why is because the greater the airspeed over the wings from the front of the aircraft to the back, the greater the difference in the pressure above and below the wing. So effectively the aircraft is being sucked up into the air more, and it generates more lift for the aircraft. And as a result of this, it reduces the approach speed and V1 speeds. So there's more lift for the wings, and the headwind actually effectively slows the aircraft down because there's a difference between indicated airspeed and ground speed. So it's like walking up a hill in a storm. When the wind's blowing in towards you, you move a lot slower. And if the wind's behind you, pushing you down the hill, you go a lot quicker. And that's the same with aircraft when they're in the air. So it means that there's a slower speed for approach and departure. And this ultimately means it's safer for the aircraft, and the aircraft's less likely to go around. So all airports have a preferential runway because you can switch around. So if you've got 2709, you can depart from the 27 or depart from 09. So this preferential runway is decided by noise abatement. So who in the surrounding area is affected less. So we don't really want the aircraft flying over towns as much. And aircraft that are landing are quieter, so we usually fly those over the towns, whereas departing aircraft are obviously a lot louder. In the UK as well, wind direction is primarily from the west, so we usually use the westerly runways, the 27s, the 26s, 25s, etc. In most airports, the preferential runways, usually the conditions for it is a 5-knot tailwind, or less than 5-knot tailwind component, and the runway being dry. However, this isn't always the case. At Liverpool, for example, it's got to be less than 10 knots as tailwind component, because they've got a big city nearby, and they don't really want to annoy the neighbours. But the runway always has to be dry in near enough 99% of cases. So one of the calculators that is on the web for calculating the wind components is this e6bx.com website. So if I open it up, let's take Heathrow for example. We'll use runway 27. The winds at the moment at Heathrow are 260 degrees at 7 knots. There's no gust, but you can, this new feature, put in a gust speed. So, in this table here, it gives us a headwind component and the crosswind component, and it shows it on this nice diagram as well. So the headwind's 6 knots, and there's 1 knot crosswind. So that's fine for us, because the preferential runway at Heathrow is runway 27, and the aircraft will be departing into the wind. So that's good. However, let's say we're going to look at 09. So for 09, the tailwind component's 6.89, which is greater than that 5-knot threshold. So we shouldn't use 09 as a runway, because the weather conditions aren't very favourable for it. Thus, we use 2. So that brings an end to our video. I will include a link to the e6bx.com website in the description below, so that it's easy for you to access it and you have to search it up on Google. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like us on Facebook. Check us out on Instagram and follow us on Twitter as well. And we've got our website as well, so make sure that you subscribe to the website. We're doing weekly blogs now on all things aviation. So hopefully you'll be able to learn something new. And if you've got any suggestions for any future videos that you'd like to see, then drop us a message on Discord or an email to us, or put it in the comments section. We always look at the comment section on our videos. Other than that, remember to aviate, navigate and communicate. And I hope to see you for the next video. Take care.